Hey everybody, welcome back to the Shark Bacon Podcast. Here I am in the S-Den with S10.
Thank you, Aiden, for having me in my room.
Thank you everybody for joining us. And today is actually a special day. It's been 3 years in the making. We are going to be talking about some of our favorite things. Today we'll be talking about my hobby, and then a quick video following up we'll be talking about Essen's hobby, so stay tuned for that. We wanted to start a new thing, to kind of take a little break from Halloween, where we talk about the top 10, ranking the top 10 of some of our favorite things. And expect to get one of these videos maybe every month, if possible.
That's right. You know, maybe this week we're ranking 1 through 10 for our hobbies. Maybe next week it's our favorite Barbie movie. Maybe it's our favorite favorite underwater sea creature.
Favorite old fantasy films.
Yeah.
Right? So you never know what we're going to talk about, but today we're just going to talk about what we know the best and what we absolutely love and collect in our own rooms for displaying purposes and also for use. So, for me, that thing is...
I'd hope you would use it.
Yeah. Look, I have... And it's something we'll talk about when we get to your thing. But a lot of people that collect... And, okay, so just a preface. I'm talking about manga today. Manga is the thing I've been collecting for about 3 years now, I think.
I'd say so.
It's been about 3 years since I got into anime and then subsequently into manga. Big
word, subsequently.
Thank you. Just check that one off. What was I getting into? Oh, yeah. I've watched so many videos of people who have these massive manga collections, and they go through it like this. Yeah, I haven't read that one yet. Haven't read that. Thinking about reading that one. And they have like 1,000 manga that just sit on the shelf for display.
Now confess.
No, but...
Confess that you're the same.
Let me confess one thing. I get it. Collecting and putting manga on the shelf is the biggest de-stressor in life, okay? So you go to the Barnes & Noble, you go wherever you go, you come back, you're feeling a little depressed, feeling a little stressed that day. Once you start sliding it into the shelf, all that stress goes away. If anybody feels that, anybody in chat has that same feeling, then just confirm it to me, because it's just the most beautiful feeling. You probably get it too.
I mean, I do. I would say with the amount of manga that you've bought over time, you must be super depressed. You must be you must not be in a good place because you have a lot.
No, it's hard. It's hard out there.
It's hard out there for a pimp.
I've spent so much money getting this collection. And anybody who collects manga should already accept that's where your paycheck is going.
That's right, guys. I promise you, we actually work together in real life outside of this. And every time we get paid, we stop at a Barnes & Noble. We really do. And Aiden comes home with like 5 or 6 books.
It's true.
He's a scholar.
I have another thing that I have to say is I have a hard time completing a series, okay? I read up to book 11 of Tokyo Ghoul, and I still haven't touched book 12. It sits there on my shelf staring at it.
That makes no sense.
Even with Chainsaw Man, I had to finish the last book. Like last week because I just never finished it.
Do you think that's because you don't want it to end?
No, it's because I hate when people say, I've read it to completion. Do you know how sexual that sounds? I read that to completion?
Aiden! What? Stop!
No, I'm serious. I have it here in my notes. I wrote in my notes, we need to stop saying to completion.
Stop.
Like I watched that movie to completion.
No one says that.
They
shouldn't.
Any YouTuber you watch is going to say to completion. Oh yeah, it's a series I finished to completion. Does that not sound weird to you?
Now.
I can't be the first person who thinks this every time someone speaks.
Well, I hope people finish this video to completion. I hope they watch it after what you just said.
Just, anytime I go like this off screen, I'm hitting my head against a padded sofa. What is this called?
A bed.
A bed.
A bed. A padded sofa.
Anyways, now let us all finish to completion this video and talk about my top 10 favorite manga that I own in my collection ranked. So anything that's online that I've read or on the Shonen Jump app won't be included, but you know that, what's it called? Kagurabachi would be my number one.
No.
Kagurabachi, everybody knows.
People don't know that.
It's the big three. It encompasses spot 1, 2, and 3 of everybody's list. But unfortunately, it is not in print yet, and so I cannot put it on my list. And there's only 4 chapters.
Kagurabachi.
You know about Kagurabachi? The one that everyone's just hyping up?
It only has 2 chapters.
I'm serious.
Right
I read every chapter. As soon as it drops, I'm like...
Isn't there just 2?
There's 4 chapters.
Oh, 4 now?
4 chapters now. Anybody who's following it would know. You know, anybody who is a fan. Anyways, Eston, he's never read manga. We're gonna explain it to him. We're gonna help him understand the hype behind it. Huge anime fan though, and so
I can't read things. It's not because I can't read. It's just because I can't bring myself to want to do things.
Have you seen that 50 Cent video where he does the ice bucket challenge, but he challenges Floyd Mayweather, I think. And he says, I ain't doing the ice bucket challenge. Instead, I challenge you, Floyd, to read 1 page from a Harry Potter book. I know you can't read. Or something like that.
That's horrible.
It's so funny, dude. And he says, all right, Floyd, I change it. Now you just got to read you got to read Green Eggs and Ham. It's so funny.
I have seen the video where he goes up and he hands the guy a paper and he's like, read this. And it says, I can't read.
Oh, yeah. Who did that one? That's so funny, dude.
That's why he reads it and he can't read.
Oh, dude,
I can't read.
What's his name? Caleb Presley? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So beautiful. All right, I'm going to jump in now to the top 10, starting off with...
Number 10.
Number 10, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun.
That's right, guys. This one is going straight to the toilet.
No. It's top 10. It's got everything I love. It's about a girl named Nene. I think her name's Nene, right?
Girl, I know nothing about
Nene,
this series.
Something. Anyways, Nene, she goes to a school, and this school has a lot of legends behind it, including one of a girl that died in bathroom number 7 or something like that.
Moaning Myrtle?
But it turns out, as she's exploring the school, she wants a boyfriend. That's kind of her big desire in the beginning. And she gets to know the ghost of bathroom number 7, which turns out it wasn't a girl. It's actually a boy named Hanako-kun. Okay? Things transpire, and she ends up having to be one of Hanako-kun's helpers as they try to discover the mysteries throughout the school. And it's so interesting. For anybody who loves ghosts, loves legends like I do, like I'm a huge fan of Bigfoot and just like cryptids or urban legends and stuff like that. All of that is within this book and in the school, and they do it in such a fun way. And I think one of my favorite things is literally on book, like, how many books have come out now? Like 18 or 19 books. They're not stopping anytime soon, but the art is so pretty.
So phenom.
It's one of the reasons I started reading it, because the art was just like, boom.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's cute. It's got great characters, great mystery as well. And I just recommend it for sure. It's one of those ones, if I see it, I'll pick it up, you know?
Right. It is $13 in the US and $17 in Canada.
You're just reading the backs now.
One thing that I know nothing about this series, but from what you said, it sounds so relatable.
How
because,
so?
We've all been on the toilet.
Yeah.
And a ghost has popped out.
Toilet bound.
Yeah, we've all been bound to a toilet before.
I've been, yeah.
And a boy that we thought was a girl appeared and hired us while we were pooping. That happened.
No.
That happens. It's just relatable.
Well, not as relatable as this next one. Now, I do need to preface, Eston.
Hanako-san, are you there?
You can move that one now. I need to preface, this next book is not for all ages. Okay?
There you go, guys. That's...
There it is.
That's the book, so it's $13 here in the U.S.
You don't need to say. He doesn't need to say the price.
That's all I know about that. I'm here to help, but really, Aiden...
Let's just say every Canadian price and see what people can guess the American price is. It's a $16 book in Canada. Okay?
I'm going to guess 12 here in the U.S.
You have impeccable eyesight.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. This one, I do need to preface. It is... for more of an adult audience. There are things that would not be suitable for children, and just keep that in mind if you do decide to end up reading it. It does say older than 15, to read it, but I would say a little bit higher. But this next book, called Kiruru Kill Me, is one of the lost treasures of the manga world, I'd say.
That's right, guys. Take it in.
It's something, I think they're on volume 5 now, but I was a little daunted to pick it up at first because I went to the manga shop alone and there was a bunch of eyes. There was actually 2 mothers in the manga section, and they were looking at Uzumaki, and they were talking about Junji Ito, like, oh, you're reading Junji Ito right now? I'm like, yo, these moms are dope, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
These moms are so
If you guys don't know, Junji Ito is actually a horror, like, kind of scary manga artist.
Yeah, he's got that really weird visceral
So if two
style.
moms are talking about Junji like that,
She's like, yeah, I read Uzumaki, but I haven't read Tomie yet. I'm like, dang, don't you need to pick up your kids from soccer practice, though? That's crazy. No, I thought that was so cool. But this one, I was looking at, and I was like, I want it, but I don't know, you know? So I grabbed the first volume.
And why didn't you know? What kind of said no to you?
It's just kind of got that weird looking cover, right? Where it's like, I don't know if this is just going to be smut or like etchiness, or if it's going to be an actual story.
What is
right?
smut?
It's where it's like, it's completely worthless. You just use it for like fan service and whatever. But what I'm trying to say is it is not that. It is the story, the comedy. It is so amazing. Let me give you a little synopsis, Eston, and you tell me if you'd read this, okay?
Okay.
A doctor named Aoi. Aoi? Yeah.
That's actually perfect, because guess who comes into doctors?
Who?
People with owies. So I mean that's just
His name is Aoi.
that's just perfection. Oh, can you fix Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah, I got you.
Donovan, don't sue. We're putting you back up.
He's down for the season now. This is like a voodoo doll. Anything that happens.
You know what I mean, though? That's a perfect name.
Aoi. Yeah. Anyways, Aoi falls in love with a girl named Kiruru. Okay? Kiruru is an assassin, but he does know that. He finds that out. So they're at a party. He falls in love with her. He's so shy. Okay? It turns out Aoi is one of the top doctors in all of Japan, I believe. And he's a genius. Okay? Genius. But he's so shy he can't talk to his crush. Okay?
Relatable. Relatable.
I was going to say that too. Completely relatable scenario. But Aoi takes it a step further than any of us would do. And he puts a bounty out on himself for just Kiruru. He's so rich, so he's like, I just want her to come kill me. Nobody else, right?
Right.
And so when she starts showing up in his presence to kind of like murder him, he considers these attempts on his life to be dates. Okay?
Like dried raisins?
So like the first time she comes to like stab him, right?
That joke flew over your head like an airplane, Aiden.
I'm sorry.
Like dried raisins?
Like dried raisins? Dried raisins?
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
When she like first comes to stab him and they fall into the water together and she like touches him, she's like, oh, she's touching, like super happy about any small little situation that he puts himself into.
Relatable.
But because he's a doctor, even if like he got his hand chopped off or got stabbed in the head, he could heal it. He's also like transformed his body with like carbon fiber inside of it so he can't be stabbed. And no matter what she does, she tries to kill him and just can't do anything to him. And she gets so frustrated. But anyways, the comedy and just the story, the love and all that is just, it's really winding up, and I can't wait to see where the series goes. It's definitely within my top 10 because I get so excited every time a new volume drops. Any thoughts on that?
That was new volume, not nude volume, right?
Oh, gosh. Every new volume I am really into.
Wow, this is actually sounds really good, Aiden. This sounds really good. That's Karuru Karuru Kill Me.
Kiruru Kill Me.
That's super funny.
You like it?
I don't know if I'm older than 15.
All right.
I do. I think that sounds really fun. Like that would be like
it's such a funny premise. Like the first time I read it, I was like I was laughing my head off. It's the only one that's actually like
made you lol.
Made me hysterical.
Like you lolled.
I lolled. Anyways, the next one is the best thing being produced by Shonen Jump at this time.
That's a bold statement.
Okay.
For those who don't know, Shonen Jump is pretty much the biggest manga company in the world.
Now, here's something I need to say for people who know Shonen Jump, okay? You got your Kaiju number 8 being produced, and you have your Dan Da Dan. I've read Kaiju number 8 up to volume 7, and I love it, but it's not top 10. But Dan Da Dan has everything I love in the story. I've read volume 1, but I didn't think that was enough to be able to put it into my top 10. But as I continue reading, I'll let you guys know if that starts to trickle into the 10 category. But for now, best thing being produced in Shonen Jump is Sakamoto Days. Okay?
That's right, guys.
I picked this volume of Sakamoto Days because every volume, the art on the front is so awesome. If you guys haven't checked it out, go Google like Sakamoto Day covers. And they are so cool.
And I'm actually going to tell you guys about this one.
Go for it, dude.
I'm going to do my best.
Sure.
So, in Sakamoto Days, there's this girl with lace hair. And she has a chainsaw hand. And they call her Chainsaw Man.
Have you ever heard of the term, don't judge a book by its cover?
Yeah.
Don't assume the contents. Even though she probably isn't just like that, yeah.
No, the truth is Tara Sakamoto once was a legendary hitman. I'm just reading the back of the book, guys. Go ahead, Aiden. Tell us what it's about. It looks very good.
Tara Sakamoto used to be a legendary hitman, right? Until he found the love of his life and decided to retire. Now he lives in a convenience store with his family. He has a daughter and his wife, right?
Right.
An assassin, his name is Shin, shows up one day to kill him, right? Because you can't just leave the assassins, right?
Right.
So think everybody says this, right? It's just John Wick, pretty much. John Wick. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm back, right? So Shin comes in to kill Sakamoto, and Sakamoto beats him to death. But take this into account. Sakamoto at this time has a dad bod. He's kind of tubby now. He doesn't really have a neck anymore.
But a lot of girls find dad bods attractive.
Well, his wife does, so I'm sure it's fine. And that is my favorite thing about Sakamoto is the way they play with his fatness, okay? Slight spoilers here if you guys want to skip ahead, like, I don't know, a minute. But I'm going to get into this. You know how...
Some people call me fat.
No, what? No, what?
Just makes me sad.
No, but listen to Sakamoto then and see what happens. He's fine with being fat. And
maybe I could learn from this.
You can learn to appreciate it because can I just explain this real quick?
Sure.
What happens is in anime, you know when a character is getting serious, right? Like he's just playing around in a fight and then all of a sudden he just switches. Like you see in his face, oh, he's gone serious mode. Or like he's got like an aura around him. That means he's gone serious. Or in the Goku? Right? Goku, his hair changed his color.
Super Saiyan.
That means he's gotten serious, right? Sakamoto is when he gets skinny, that's when you know he's going serious mode. Because he fights, and then all of a sudden he like comes out of the darkness and he's just skinny all of a sudden. And you're like, oh no. And he just wrecks the enemy. Anyways. That is one of the things that I just love.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, but take Sakamoto. Like, if I was versing you in basketball, all of a sudden I look over and you're like 120 pounds, I'd be like, oh shoot, he's gotten serious, bro.
That's so mean, dude.
Anyways, like 150. No.
I guess I'm never...
120 would be like anorexic.
I guess I'm never serious. I guess I'm just always joking.
You're fine. You're fine. Anyways, Sakamoto Days, definitely check it out. It's the best of Shonen Jump right now.
There you guys go. Number 8, Sakamoto Days.
The next one, sorry guys, I know I'm rambling on because I love these series, but the next one is called Cheeky Brat. Here.
What did you just say?
Cheeky Brat.
What did you just say?
What's wrong with that?
Cheeky Brat.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
This Cheeky Brat is about a basketball manager who joins the basketball team just to get with the dude she likes, right? But he graduates that year and leaves. So she never had the opportunity to get with the dude. But there is a boy a year younger than her.
Mm-hmm.
Very tall, very athletic. And he's crushing on her. But he's like the most immature, just the words. It's a classic shoujo, right?
Right.
It's made for women, but in heart, I am a 40-year-old mother with a failing marriage. So these things just appeal to me.
That's right, guys.
Anyways,
the same way he appealed in court when he divorced his husband.
This is perfect for anybody who's looking for a cute romance that takes place in a school setting with basketball. I love basketball. I love romance. It's perfect for me. It may not be for everybody, but if you start reading it and you find out you like it, then there you go. The next one is called Devil's Candy. Devil's Candy, here, you can display that. Devil's Candy is for anybody who loves Halloween. This is your series when it comes to manga, okay? Devil's Candy takes place in a world just full of, like, those classic Halloween monsters. I mean, you're going to see, but not just Halloween monsters, just monsters from everything. You're going to see centaurs, you're going to see vampires, you're going to see zombies, you're going to see everything you could possibly want to see in, like, a cute school setting. So it starts off with a young boy. He shows up one day because he's created his science project. But his science project is just like a Frankenstein girl. So he shows up with a girl that he's stitched back together and brought to class, right? He's also got a best friend who's part zombie, and they just get up into all these different shenanigans within the monster school. If you love Monster High, right? I know you do. Twitches.
Love Monster High.
Okay. You love, what is it? Halloween Town. Wednesday. This is your series because it's everything Halloween just stuffed into like a school, like type. There's kind of, I don't know, comedy, romance, everything you could possibly want. And it's just so cute. So if you're into Halloween, if you're into that spooky stuff and you want that in manga form, this is the one. And I definitely recommend. It's still coming out. So you can definitely catch up to where I think we're on volume 3 right now. And that just goes to show how much I love what's going on inside the manga.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Tokyo Ghoul is my number 5 on the list. This is something I watched as an anime first, and I hated it. I was watching it on my phone upstairs, and I wanted to throw my phone through a window, and then myself through that very same window, because it was that bad. And then I picked up the manga. I read it because my little brother got it for me for Christmas. That's actually where this all began. Mm-hmm. And it is the greatest thing I think I've ever read.
And it went from Tokyo Ghoul, the anime, to Tokyo Cool, the manga. Because it was so cool.
The manga is definitely... Don't watch the anime. I would implore you not to ever touch that anime. But if you read the manga, you'll see just how awesome it is. People say, oh, but it's edgy. You know, you're just watching because it's edgy. You know what? Who cares, dude? Edgy's cool when it comes to Tokyo Ghoul. It's literally about a dude who has to eat human beings to survive.
Kaneki.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't... How much... Edgy, it's just edgy, okay? It just happens, but it's perfectly illustrated and written, and I definitely have it at my number 5 spot.
Yeah. I think the art on this one is very beautiful.
Yeah, the covers are really great, and then the art inside as well is... Just remember, a lot of these are up here because the art is incredible. Right?
That is nice.
My next one is... You guys will be like, why is Tokyo Ghoul number 5 and this number 4? But I don't need to explain myself. Okay? Maybe I do. This next one is called Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Oh, what's going on?
I was about to sneeze. I'm sorry.
This next one's called Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro.
Very nice. What is this?
Now, this one...
This one is $17.50 in Canada. It's a little more expensive for the Canadian buyer.
For any Canadians. This one is and should not be at this number 4 spot. But I get so excited every time a new volume drops.
How so?
It comes it comes straight home.
Excited to completion.
Okay, this is the only one This is the only one I pre-order when I buy it, and then immediately read when it shows up. Like it'll come, I'll open the package, I'll read it all in one sitting, because I want to know what's going on in the relationship of Nagatoro and Senpai, or whatever his name is.
Master.
I think it's just Senpai.
So, describe that relationship. What is going on?
So pretty much, he's just a nerdy, just kind of a lonely kid, right? No friends at all. All of a sudden, she meets him in the library one day and just decides to start just bugging him to death, right? Now, it cuts to all these different schemes she's coming up with just to tease this kid, right?
To toy with him.
But as the volumes go on, we find out, oh, there's a little something behind why she likes to tease him. Just kind of like any girl at school, or any guy, you guys tease each other because you like each other. But this is amped up to like 11. And the teasing is relentless, but they're also starting to grow feelings. So any of those really sweet moments juxtapose any of the teasing and just create kind of a nice balance.
Big word count too. Juxtapose.
Yeah.
Juxtapose.
Definitely one you should check out, and I would recommend to anybody.
That's right, guys. Aiden's top 10 is littered with romance.
Not as romantic as Romance Dawn. The next one is One Piece. Essen, why don't you tell them what's up?
Guys, this is the one thing I know about. Genuinely. I'll tell you this right now. If you want the greatest, most exciting experience of your life, if you want to be transported from sadness to pure joy, pure freedom, it's One Piece. Okay? Aiden, tell them why you love it.
One Piece is the one piece of literature that had me constantly crying my eyes out.
That's right, bro.
Every time they introduced a new character, I mean, not... Actually, yes. Like, literally almost every character. Nami had me crying. Chopper had me crying.
Luffy.
Zeth had me crying. Luffy had me crying. But what's his name, the chef? Sanji had me crying, dude. I've read all the way up to Alabasta, for anybody who needs some context. But within those chapters, I fell in love with every character that they brought in. And
it's truly...
I think the bad guys aren't as solid as some other bad guys, but the main cast and just the shenanigans they get up into is some of the greatest. Just the way they jive together is some of the greatest team building construction I've ever seen in writing.
It really, I would say in One Piece, the world building itself, the intricacy that goes into and the detail that goes into building the world is the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I'm actually in episode 1000 of the anime, so I've watched 1000 episodes, which is a lot. And I know people have finished it, but I don't want to finish it.
Dude,
I don't want it to end. It's that good. It should be number 1, but Aiden is, swayed by his stupidity. It really should be number 1.
Yeah, I can't.
And I promise, as Aiden reads, I think as he gets later on, Skypiea, as he goes to Water 7, and he's Lobby, I think it will become number 1.
You think so?
I'm positive. No, I think it'll become number 2, because nothing can dethrone Aiden's 1.
I don't think can dethrone my 2 either.
It can.
In terms of manga.
Well, he will never watch the anime, he says, so we'll see.
It's true. I can't watch the anime.
Guys, that's One Piece. It's really well known, but it's well known for a reason. It's just that good.
Yeah.
It's just that good.
We finally made it into my top 2. Of course, One Piece has to be in top 3. And when I said that Sakamoto was the best being produced by Shonen Jump, I did mean it. But One Piece
is the best.
It's Shonen Jump. It is Shonen Jump.
One Piece is like, not left the cover.
It's the face of Shonen Jump, pretty much. So I'm just saying currently, like, the newest thing being produced.
Can we get much higher?
So high. The next one, anybody who's seen it... Jeez, dude, do you hate Donovan Mitchell?
Sorry, guys. You know me.
Ever since he betrayed us for the Cavs. The next thing is... Dorohedoro.
Say that 10 times fast.
Dorohedoro.
Dorohedoro.
I can't even say it. Dorohedoro. I think I'm trying to like use a Spanish accent when I say it. Dorohedoro.
Dorohedoro.
There we go. Dorohedoro is just go look up some of the art inside. Q Hishida, I think that's the author's name. She has some of the craziest art style. If I could gain the skills of anybody or have the skills of any artist, it would be her, because she just crafts like the craziest world. This is actually one I watched as a anime first, just on Netflix. You guys can find it there, and I fell in love with every character. The bad guys, the good guys, everybody's so funny, so dynamic. They all have like their different quirks, and you'll absolutely love every bit of it. The story revolves around a person named Kaiman, which is kind of like the lizard, which is what he turns into. A sorcerer, or sorcerers come down to this realm, right? And they just practice their magic on humans and just distort things.
Create them into monsters.
Create huge problems. So the world is just completely just disgusting, right?
Grungy.
Just grungy. But that's where they live. Like for example, every Halloween, I think a bunch of zombies just pop out of the ground. And the whole community has to come together for one night and just kill zombies until morning.
Which is lit.
Which is awesome. And that's just the world they live in. It's just crazy. It's grungy. People are killing each other constantly. Sorcerers show up, cause problems. And there's demons. And the way she makes that world work is stunning. Because you fall in love with everybody you meet. Even more than One Piece. You'll fall in love with everybody you meet because they're all such great characters.
That's not true.
And it feels just like it's just life in that world. There's no like, oh, this is just so weird. It's just how things are.
Yeah. I will say this. Aiden can say everything he wants, but the minute he defaces One Piece in any way and says that something's better than it, I have to jump in.
Whoa.
Chill.
Relax.
Relax on One Piece.
Hey. Should we read one?
No, I'm serious.
No, dude. I can't get it out.
Respect, man. Because, no, it's like you just don't...
Listen.
Why'd you have to say that?
Listen, Eston. One life, two stories, a shared symphony. As twins, we create eternal harmony.
I'm sorry, man.
We good?
I shouldn't have said anything.
Look, man. I can have my preferences.
Okay.
Yeah?
But they have to be good ones. They can't be bad.
I thought...
You can have whatever preference you want as long as it matches mine.
Anyways, this one's definitely something you should check it out.
One harmony.
This final...
That's crazy.
Two symphonies, one harmony. This finally brings me to my number one
Guys,
manga.
For people that are just listening, we read one of those when we have a little tussle.
Yeah.
To bring us back together.
The final manga, the greatest of greats. Anybody you ask will say it's true.
Except for me.
A bunch of people in the manga community are just, they
and
love
guys,
this one.
Number one has the most boring cover of them all.
Well, it's because it's the deluxe version. All the small versions would actually have a cover. This is actually one of the first ones I bought. I was terrified to buy it because it's one of those things that comes in plastic. Okay? And in plastic usually means there's something a little crazy inside of it, like something bad. And there is so much bad things. It's just 13 of these giant volumes of just terrible things happening inside of it.
Just sad, scary things.
Sad, scary, disturbing, awful things. And it is the most perfectly written manga and perfectly drawn manga of all time.
Wow.
I kid you not.
Relatable.
It is so relatable.
No, don't say that you relate to guts.
I relate to guts, dude.
Don't say that.
You might have the same level. I literally went through my own little eclipse last night.
That's what I'm saying. He might have the same level of depression, but he has not gone through what Guts has gone through.
Dude, you don't even know what I wear armor just to keep me going at work, to fight through the pain. I can't feel the pain as long as I'm wearing my berserker armor.
But when you come home and take it off for your 30-minute nap.
Can you imagine I'm working all day in berserker armor, I take it off and just blood everywhere.
No one knows what that means that hasn't read this.
Guys, that's why you need to read it. You're introduced to a character. just the most disturbing character of all time. He hates everything weak, okay?
Because
He thinks anything weak should just die, right? So old ladies and children should just disappear. But
and Aiden does relate to Guts, he says.
Yeah, when you first meet him, you're like, why does he have such a messed up psychology? Like, what has he been through? And you don't find that out for a little bit. But he embodies the ultimate awesome dude, just like the most bad MFer that you could possibly imagine. He shows up, he's got a sword that's taller than him, thicker than Eston, bro. And he just carries that on his back all day until he meets someone, and he's just chopping horses' heads off.
I relate to Guts. I relate to Guts because I have to carry this booty around, and I know how heavy it can be. I know how daunting that can be for people.
Anyways, you start to learn why this guy is so messed up, why he hates the world so much, and why he's just killing things 24/7.
But he's got guts,
and
kid.
As the story is added to, you start to sympathize and also start to learn about the world and just what gives him this drive, right? Unfortunately, the author
died.
Who did this one? Kentaro Miura, I think.
Yeah.
Kentaro.
I hope you would know it's your number one.
I think so. He passed away, unfortunately.
Which is horrible. Rip.
And I haven't...
Rip.
I didn't know much about him at the time, but as I've kind of looked into his works and what he's done, how much effort he put into this book, it makes you appreciate the art and just what he's done so much more. And
you never really,
I never got a chance to thank him.
Yeah, and
you'll never have to.
And he kind of has become like your grandpa.
In a way, I've never really had a grandpa out there. I mean, I have, but they're gone. All my grandpas are gone, including Kentaro Miura. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is his best friend in the whole world, he picked up the manga and he's going to be finishing it. He's doing chapter by chapter. He's not going to change any of Kentaro Miura's original work. And so I think that's awesome, and I can't wait to see how it ends. But lots of hopes and wishes and prayers towards him in this process. Yep. But that is, if you have any questions, that's my number one manga.
This is the holy grail.
That
baby.
is if I could say pick up anything for whoever's, strong-willed and not faint of heart, this is the manga for you. Better than Lord of the Rings. Better than any dark fantasy you can think of. This is number one.
I would say this. When it comes to dark fantasy, I think this comes second to Dark Crystal. I do. I think Dark
The Skeksis, dude.
I think the Skeksis and
Griffith or the Skeksis, dude. It's so hard to decide.
Skeksilord. Dark Crystal is fire. Somebody check it out. Check it out. I'm serious. But for real, guys, if you're gonna read this, you got to be ready for some mature content.
Yes,
it's
definitely.
Kind of scary. It's kind of
if you are young, do not read it, and also if you're old, don't read it. Just somewhere in between old and young, this is for you. And please go into it realizing I'm not the author. I'm not a bad person. Okay.
Aiden didn't write.
I didn't write this.
I just love it.
Enjoy. Eston, if you knock down Donnie one more.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, that's my top 10 manga of all time, and my voice is absolutely taken out. But I hope this kind of gives you guys some recommendations of where to start, what to look into, if you're looking into getting into manga. And
Aiden has a lot more manga that he loves, and anime as well. If you guys are interested in hearing about that, let us know, because Aiden can cover a lot. And I'm always here to learn too.
Of course. So. Anyways, thanks you guys for tuning in. Next, we're going to get into Eston's hobby, passion of board games.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. Please, if you've made it this far, you like what you heard, give the video a like and give us a follow, because we're going to continue to produce as much content as we can weekly.
Bi-weekly.
We are tired. We are working daily, but we still want to make sweet content.
That's right. And we want to hear in the comments maybe what's your top 10, because we love to learn and we love to read what people offer to us as well. So let us know if you guys have manga that you love, and we'll check it out. So
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys. Bye.
Mwah.